Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Things in My Head podcast.
Hello.
This is Cecile.
Hi.
And my name is Jenny. And we are here every single Wednesday for you guys.
Everyone.
For the past 12 weeks, we have been here for every single Wednesday. So pretty excited about that, actually.
I know. Thank you so much. You've been doing so good. Great producer.
Thank you. But if you haven't followed us already on our Instagram, it is the same Things in My Head podcast on Instagram. If you don't follow Cecile's personal page, it's Sweet and Petite Duo with Brooke. And then, of course, we have the boutique pages, which are Love Brooke's Boutique on Instagram, brooksboutique.com to shop all of your luxury needs. And then
TikTok.
also
Don't forget TikTok.
Oh, TikTok. Love Brooks Boutique as well on TikTok. And then Facebook is Brooks Boutique Pearland. So yeah, that's pretty much all of our socials. We got quite a bit of accounts.
We're trying to stay relevant.
I know, right? But yeah, that's pretty much everything. So I guess we'll go ahead and segue on into the episode.
Thanks, Jen. Well, we are week 12, and I know we've spent quite a bit of it first on introducing ourselves to those that might not know us, and then we spent quite a few weeks a little bit on different topics around mental health and therapy, and then we snuck in a good one with Lauren and Jen on dating life in their late 20s. But I thought we would bring it back a little bit lighter, because most of you guys know us through Brooks Boutique, of course, which thank you. So what we thought we would do is, we've been around for almost 13 years, which as a small business, that's such a blessing. So thank you guys. But in those 13 years, we have had some crazy stories. A lot we probably talk here and there, like on the lives, but there is so much. Honestly, we could probably write a book, and half the time we always say that there should be like a camera following us, which probably everybody says, but we mean it. Like the things that happen in that boutique is so funny behind the scenes, even behind the scenes that we don't share in the lives. So anyway, I thought that would be a fun topic for our listeners, because they're also our customers and consigners around. And we could go on forever, but we try to keep these podcasts around 30 minutes or so. We first started with 10, and we're like, there's no way we can get through 10. Then we're like, we'll do 5. And we found 5 good ones. And then we're like, okay, at minimum, we're going to share these 3, and we'll see where the timing goes. And maybe there's going to be a part 2, because they are so funny, and you guys will totally get. Some of them I don't even know to tell you. Like the one Jen's gonna tell, I don't even know. We are not gonna use names for privacy, and so no one gets mad at us. Where we cannot use names.
I was gonna say, we don't want to blow up our lives.
Well, it's no one that really. It's either a former staff or customers that were not good customers because they were stealing from us. So we're going to start first. So that's kind of where we are. But before we do that, can I make a quick shout out that if you guys want to follow me personally, just look up Cecile Reynolds, Cecile Reynolds on Facebook, because you'll see a lot of fun stuff in there also, besides the Instagram, which is mainly the daily stuff on stories. But I'm so proud, Brooks Boutique is our boutique, but Brooke is who it's named after, who is, for those that don't know, my daughter. And she and I also do real estate. So that's another part of our business. But she just got, I don't even know if you've seen it yet, she was just named August Agent of the Month for our brokerage and the coaching program that we're in. And I mean, at 19, like, I am so proud of her. Aww. Like, it really is a great boost. She does like so good at it. I mean, it's for someone who's so young in this changing and crazy industry, and with all the socials and I was so proud of her. Yay. So anyway, I just wanted to shout that out, because I mean, it's not an easy task.
It's definitely not an easy task. So you definitely should be proud. And she's very driven. So
yes.
We knew she was going to make it there.
Well, it's a tough road. So I commend anyone, especially at such a young age, who did not go what some might consider the traditional route of college, where you still have like a few year buffer before you have to start adulting. Now she's like straight in it, adulting with big, obviously, purchases for people, and having to know a lot of real world things. So I'm very proud of her.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. So let's get started. I just had to. Okay, I just had to.
Give her a little gush. That's okay.
So if you need any real tea needs, you know who to go to. No, but we will take care of you, just like we do the boutique. But let's talk about the boutique. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I think the first one we decided to talk about to get through it, to get through like at least the top 3 in our time is, okay, we're going to talk about, we do a lot of Facebook Lives, of course, and we have been for years. But, you don't really have any control over who sees them, right? And you want as many people to see them as possible for viewership and for sales and for sharing and all that stuff. So, you never know what the algorithm is doing at the time in terms of you're going to get your core people who always watches you, a loyal audience base. Thank you so much. And then you can see when you watch it, you can see how many people are watching, and that the people that comment are the people that you're used to commenting, them.
Yeah.
And then every once in a while, you can tell just as you're in it, like your views are a little bit up. People are commenting that you've never seen their names before, or they'll ask questions that you can tell they're new, like, how do I pay? How does this work? Are these real? Because we do designer handbags. Anyway, so you kind of have that right. So I always say when you have anything, we all know this, but social media presence, and you're talking to people that don't know you and kind of like an online, thing, that you just have to be ready and you have to have thick skin, because people are so brave behind and they might do it in person, but they're more brave behind the keyboard and what they say with no filter, or maybe they're just that way. That's so not nice or inappropriate in these settings. And so we've been dealing with this for many times. And since we do live shows on Facebook, you can't control it. Everyone sees it, right?
Nope.
So we've gotten many. You get couple, and you guys are family at the boutique who support us. We came up with this whole BB for Brooks Boutique, BB Brigade, because over the years there's usually 2 scenarios, right? There's one where it's a man who will say the most inappropriate, disgusting comments.
It's like automatic block at that point.
And all of a sudden, all the ladies are like, block him.
Yeah.
And then you have the trolls who just are rude, or maybe sometimes I think, do they think they're not rude? Because it doesn't hurt my feelings. I have thick skin. I think it's hilarious. So we've now have fun with it, right?
Yeah.
And so, if you are one of the ladies that do a live, we have a lot of discussion about how do you handle that in the moment, but also how do you not take it personally? Because obviously these people could even be a bot for all we know.
I was gonna say, it does sometimes, I feel like also it persuades people from not doing the lives, because there's you have a chance of somebody saying something negative about you, and then you carry that for the rest of your life, kind of thing.
And it's true, especially for the younger ones. I'll tell you, Brooke used to have a really hard time because she's younger. She's been doing it since she's 16, and she might use words that are obviously more juvenile, or you say things in a way that, and we have an adult audience of ladies, so sometimes it did used to bother her, and I would say, don't worry about it, you just get better, whatever. But the last one, I bring this up because it's so current that we have literally turned it into the most fun thing.
I was gonna say, they're getting clever with their comebacks.
It is so funny. Okay, so yesterday I did a live, and we have all kinds of things that's ever been said about us. So yesterday, I just honestly imagine someone finding our page somehow, listening to whoever's on. Yesterday it was me, and I get that you're like, oh, I'm just happy, to be honest with you, that they stay long enough to get annoyed, but she was like, her comment was, all she commented, and it was a new person, whiny voice. No. Like my voice was whiny. And I said, oh my God, is this Andy in a suit? I'm kidding, my husband. No, I'm kidding. He doesn't think so. But all it said was whiny voice. And so in my mind, I thought, what was the purpose of that? Just keep scrolling. Like, you don't, but maybe I joke all the time saying she, likes the stuff we're showing and wants to buy it. So she's got to put up with my whiny voice. But she had to write it. She just had to write it.
That girl always has good deals.
Damn her. But I'm going to tell her that her voice is whiny.
But I'm going to let her know that she needs to take it down a couple octaves.
So that's all she wrote. She didn't. And then I don't think it was live, because you can see the comments live. live. So she must have been watching it like as a replay. But then I was walking out. Lauren, who is my oldest and the manager, she is usually the ones on the lives, but she saw it and she's like, oh my god, Mom, here's my response. I said, okay, just send it to me. Oh my god, I died. If you follow me on Facebook, I did post it there because I just had to, because it was just so funny. She put whiny voice, and Lauren's comment was, thank you for sharing, heart emoji. For a more muted experience, shop our products at brooksboutique.com.
Yeah. We might even, if you have the screenshot, throw it up in the video.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Jen will throw, because it's so funny, because she was so clever, because she made it's still professional. It obviously acknowledged what she said, I think, and then her emojis. So you have to see the emojis.
Yeah, the emojis are so good.
That's what makes it, like we're being a little bit like cheeky.
Yeah.
And then so anyway, and so I posted it on my page because I think it's hilarious, because I could have a whiny voice for all I know. Oh my gosh. Fair. Everyone is entitled to their opinion.
Yeah, I
just don't understand the need to write it. And so anyway, it was so funny. So that was one. But then I didn't post this one. I got another comment yesterday. Man, they were on me yesterday.
I was going to say.
They said, someone else said, but they said it, but I think it might have been from a live from before. And it said, I talk too much, which I do get often. Hence this podcast. And actually, this is actually why we have this podcast, because since I don't go live all the time anymore, I go live twice a week during like a couple days during the week. So I have to tell all my stories to you guys in those, like what I used to now call the monologues, and it got to be too much, and I was like, I just need to pull them over to this podcast to not annoy the people that think I talk too much. But I did get that one. But I will also say our sweet friends, followers, and like Stephanie, who made the sweetest comment on that Facebook, saying that she loved my stories because I'm like, you guys aren't moms. And so when I tell my stories, I get very distracted and talk about like what happens in life. And so she's like, I appreciate that because I get it. And I was like, thank you, because who else is going to listen to me?
Anyway. And everybody gets that comment, I talk too much. Like, I've gotten it. I'm pretty sure like anybody who gets up and does the lives, they get that comment, you talk too much. And it's you have to talk to explain all the stuff, and like,
but even that, I just feel like, I get it. So Andy, who is my husband, when I always tell him about these comments, he's like, well, I think it's because you do. Oh my God. Well, not in the sense like this is what our community is, but because when you look at other Facebook lives, they don't. So if people are just scrolling Facebook lives of shopping, a lot of them are literally just like a home shopping network. Here's your product. Here's how much it is. There's not a lot of like entertainment or like, jabber.
I was going to say ours is very different. It's like a little show.
Yeah. I mean, we're sharing our lives. I mean, it's like a reality show.
In real time.
Yeah. I'm literally lecturing them on the live. Who did this?
I know.
Why are you not looking at me?
Tag missing.
And I'm like, we will be talking about this at the staff meeting. So, anyway, okay, but you've gotten some. Okay, so that's the trolling part.
Yeah, that's the trolling. Okay. Everybody gets that, though.
I mean, we won't go too much.
It's inescapable that people will have opinions about either a good opinion about you or a bad one. Like,
but I love them.
No way to.
I mean, I love them because they're so funny. Because that person looks ridiculous. Because they're adult people doing it.
Yeah, that is true. It's just odd that you would take some time out of your day to like. Just say something that's just gonna bring somebody else's day like down,
or could And it's funny because I wrote on someone said that, like someone commented on my Facebook page when I posted it, and I said the funny thing is if you probably look through that person's profile or these people's profile, they're probably the same people that also share memes that says be kind, you don't know the kind of day they're having. Oh my gosh. But they're the ones making the comments.
That is so true. That is so true. Sometimes you gotta I don't know, just separate yourself out of it.
I totally
not take it seriously.
I never take it seriously. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
So then the other part of that obviously is the more like inappropriate from men that randomly come on, and man or bots, I don't know, but you've gotten some. I mean, there's some that just get. Sometimes there's some that sticks to a person, they focus on one person when they're on. Like Jen, I know someone has always been like, "Oh, you're so beautiful," which you are.
Oh,
you know.
thank you.
And so and then sometimes, and so when I have young people on, like when Patty used to do them, she was like 19, 20 at the time. Brooke obviously is younger. I would have to, and then there was a slew at some point, you know, where they were all around. So I just had to make sure someone was on, like getting ready to ban, just because some of the things were crazy. Some would be like, because you know we only show our face or our upper half. They'd be like, show us your feet. I'm like, well, you have to buy the shoes first.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, those are just odd. And we have like a little code word. Obviously, we're not going to say it right now.
Oh, we do? I don't even know the code word because I'm not the one who does the banning.
We get the code. Like once the code word is
George? If we say a random name.
We say something and then they know that there's somebody on that's being weird. So then they ban automatically. And
well, honestly,
and delete the comments.
It's our customers who are like, oh, like who's watching the lives that they're like, somebody's on, somebody's banned them.
I think that they're also a little bit like even our customers are starting to hesitate because they'll go after the customers. Like then it'll start like a little fight in there. It's just
really.
So yeah, I would encourage not to say anything to them. Like
I'm like, get them. Where's my ladies at?
I see them and we can just block and ban them, and like there needs to be noted. Like I think the best way to handle those is to ignore.
You were so
and
good.
Not even look phased.
I don't believe in that. I'm kidding. I want to. No, I'm kidding.
Cecile would be reading it out loud.
I do. I'm like, oh, did you? First of all, thank you. Also, inappropriate. That is so nice. I still got it. No, I'm kidding. I'm like, is this a bot? It's so funny. Oh my God, hilarious. Okay, so I think we beat that one to death. We're already at 16 minutes.
Oh,
okay.
God.
Okay, we're gonna quickly see. I'm gonna tell you there's gonna be a part 2 and 3 of this podcast. Okay, let's do you want to do the Okay, I will tell you about this break-in that we had. Yeah. That was a little shorter. I think we need to do maybe the one we're going to film today is going to be part 2. Okay. And we'll have it in our back pocket because we're going to have Lauren and Brooke on. Okay. So the next one we're going to do is we've only had in our 13 years, I mean, it's a sad part of reality, but we've had 2 break-ins, like in the middle of the night, someone, broke into the boutique and to rob. One was, oh my God, 10 years ago. I mean, a very long time ago. We didn't even have anything yet. Yeah. And I remember at that point, they had, because we have cameras so we can see it, they grabbed like racks of clothes, and we're resale. So obviously they're pre-loved, pre-owned, gorgeous things, apparently. Because they grabbed and both times they were
like
men.
Coach bags too,
but yeah, like there was some Coach bags and like a bunch of clothes just straight off the rack. Yeah. And I was like, you know me, if they really needed it, I'd give it to you. Anyway, but I was like, man, our stuff must be really good. But that was years ago, whatever. Yeah. I'm playing it off, but it freaked us out just because. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so the last one though I want to talk about is actually pretty. If it wasn't funny, if it didn't actually happen, it's funny, but because it happened to us, it sucks, but it was kind of funny. Okay. So this was only like the spring. So it was just the spring. It was, like 1 a.m, and why we did not know until the next morning is because if you know our boutique, it's windows, and so at the time, and we have alarms, all that stuff, we're fully protected, but what they did is this guy comes up, you can see on cameras, and he had a rolling suitcase, so like a mini carry-on, not designer, a suitcase, and he threw or was like throwing the suitcase into the back door that we have on the side, and it broke the glass, but it didn't break the frame, so the sensor didn't go off. And at the time, which we do now, so don't get me started, you can't do anything, is we didn't have shatter window alarms, which it would have caught that, which we do now, and it would have caught that it shattered. But so because it didn't break the window, the alarm did, and it didn't break the seal of the door, he just went in, and it's funny, he was in there, the only part that is funny is he was in there for like 60 seconds, and we don't know, and Jen thinks, and you kind of agree, that he was probably on something, but he rolls in with his luggage, and I feel like he probably was looking, like he probably had seen it before, but he came in, and if you know us, we have this huge, the luxury case, but it's empty at night and it's in a vault, so you ain't getting nothing there. So he went by, and I think he was like, it's so funny, he couldn't get anything, and I think he ended up like getting 2 like Coach purses or something, which
it was
we
like wallets.
Yeah,
because he got into
Nope.
that little.
No, but he went to the back first, like the back wall where the high-end case was. It's empty. He's just like, and then I think he said, excuse my language, but we could hear him, and he's like, fuck, because he's probably thinking like, where is everything? So then he gets like 2 like lower level bags, and then he takes his suitcase and rolls up to the front where the register is, which there's no money in there, and the register is open. And but he takes his suitcase and he tries to hit the front case with it where like designer wallets are, like Coach, Michael Kors, or Fossil. I mean, whatever. And he breaks it, and I was like, glass is not cheap, But and then he grabbed a couple wallets or something. FYI, I paid all the consigners their share, so they never stopped. I mean, even though I just want to make sure they were whole. But so then he left. He went back out the door, whatever. And so what the funny part is our other high end case with the small leather goods, he completely passed up, and we at that point we're not taking it out yet at night because it's just so much, but we do now. So you can't get nothing anymore.
No.
But so we came in the next day and we rewatched the video and saw that what this guy did, it was kind of funny because I feel like he was like, oh man, what is it? He didn't know what anything was, and I think he was looking for specific things because he was there 10 seconds. Who comes with the suitcase? He was ready to load up.
He was ready to pack it.
Exactly. I don't know.
I don't know how many bags you could fit in that suitcase.
It was like I know it was a carry-on size
Yeah.
still.
I was like, not very efficient, sir.
And then he's just gonna roll down the street with the suitcase at 1 a.m.
Yeah, it seemed like he was acting alone, and that's like already kind of odd.
Yeah.
for, like
I don't
theft,
know.
I
I feel like we were like, did someone send him there? Well, anyway, I'm not gonna lie, that freaked us out for a little while too. But but every time that happens, it really just gets you to reevaluate your security process, and we were able to tighten it up and feel like if you even came in. So what we had having to do, which still hurts a small business, was replace that glass door in the back, and then the front case. Even though he hit it, the way it fell, it didn't even break. Thank God. So I didn't have to spend money on that. And then I just paid out the consigners of what we knew they took because everything's inventoried. But and it wasn't much, thankfully. But now we have it super, super, super secured.
Not gonna happen again.
Yeah, there's nothing worth taking at the end of the night because it's all locked up.
Yeah.
So anyway, but
safer.
But that was. So that's funny only because if you saw the video, the actual guy was on drugs and hilarious because he didn't get anything.
Yeah, he was just kind of like looking around. He completely passed by the one case that was vulnerable.
Yeah.
That we now put away because of that situation.
I was like, this guy does not know his brand.
That he didn't do that.
Oh my God, so funny. Okay, we'll end with one past employee story that I don't even know.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we're not going to use names.
Yeah. And
she started telling me, and I was like, no, don't tell me because I don't even know the story until I hear it. So set it up, Jen.
All right. So it's the year. I don't know what year it is.
That's
actually.
when we're not going to say other people, but just okay. I gave too much. I gave too much.
I was gonna say we're gonna cut
no,
that
out. It's fine.
So I guess we'll name employee A is been with us for a very long time.
Okay.
Employee B has recently started, but has a couple months under their belt. So they're not like a complete novice. And then we'll have employee C. They started around the same time as employee B. So they're kind of novice, but they have a couple of months under their belt. It's not like they're training anymore. They can stand on their own.
So we have a tenured staff, and then we have like maybe let's say 6 months.
Yeah, let's just say like 5 to 4 months.
Okay, and then like 2 months.
Yeah.
Okay, and there's a lot to learn, even though it seems like fun. There's a lot of details to learn running these lives and so forth. And
especially back then.
Oh yes, because this is in 2020 when we didn't do live bot. So they're sitting next to us.
There is somebody that has to watch the live and also be very quick to say who's first, second, and third.
Okay.
And these are luxury items at great prices, brooksboutique.com.
That's right. They were going quick back then.
Yes. So it was very much
competitive.
Very competitive. And it was, it could be, if you're a shopper, it could feel unfair if you didn't get something because it is a person choosing it, not a bot that's actually tracking the times.
Yes.
So
and
there's a dynamic to that.
Also, just so you know, these are all, as most of our people besides me, are young ladies, like early 20s.
Yes. Everybody was in their early 20s.
Minus employee A, who was the most tenured, who was a teenager.
Yes.
Okay, so the
She
most
was-
teenage is younger than them.
Yes,
Okay.
but had been with us for years.
Okay, there's
so
the setup.
she has a good grasp of it. So I'm on the live, doing the live. I've got the other employee B and employee C working behind the scenes. So one's working the desk, one is working the live. The store becomes extremely busy, so the floor becomes busy, and the live also becomes busy at the same time.
Oh my
So we
God,
jumped
I
viewers.
love everything about this story. Can it be like that again?
It was just, and, you know, you're on camera, so I'm like watching. I'm having to do the live. I can't
Like host
step
it.
out.
Yeah.
So I'm the manager at the time, and I can see that they're, you know, employee B and C are stressed out.
The new people.
Yeah, so I'm getting a little worried. I'm seeing comments going through. I'm like, okay, I
Yeah.
need to get off of this and start straightening things out, but I have to finish showing all the things. So I was like, it was going to take a little minute. So then our employee A comes in. She's more tenured. She's very experienced. She knows how to do this.
I miss her.
She sees, yeah, I know.
I miss her.
I miss her too. So she comes in, she sees the situation that it's very busy on the floor, and also this is a luxury live, and it's also very busy online. So she's like, okay, let's get a handle on everything. When I see her, I'm honestly relieved because I know that she can organize everything and make sure everything's running smoothly. Not that I didn't trust the other two. It's just that it was very, very busy. So having a third person would make it easier no matter what, like however you slice it, like having 3 people is better than having 2. So I was like, okay, thank goodness employee A is there. I get off the live. I see things are tense. Everybody's like working to get things done. And employee B is like, Jen, I need to speak with you in the back. I was like, right now is not a good time. It's very, very busy in here. It's like, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on with these luxury bags.
Yes.
Like, I got to make sure everybody gets secured, that everybody's getting messaged. Like, the first 10 minutes of a live is when you need to find you need to message the people that got like the high
Yes.
things, because that is your window.
Right.
So I'm like, we got a lot going on. Can it like wait? And she's like, no, I need to talk to you right now.
Because I am very important, and
I
this
was
is
like-
my priority.
Yeah.
I only say that because I think sometimes people don't see outside of their world, which we get,
Yeah.
and to see what else is happening.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, I guess if that needs to happen right now, then we can spend a moment back there.
Good manager.
So we go back there. And honestly, I wasn't prepared for what happened next. So we get back there. I shut the door. I'm like, okay, what's up? You know?
Yeah.
And she's like, if I fight employee A, just know that I told you. I was like,
Oh my God. Yeah, by the way, I don't know this story. They never shared this with me, or I blocked it out. I don't know.
I was like, what? Like, it was not registering my mind what was happening. And she was like, yeah, so if I fight employee A, just know that I warned you. I don't understand what the thought process
You're
on
still
that.
doing
Like,
it,
you
yeah.
would definitely still get in trouble. Like, that's still against the law. That's assault
Right.
of a human being. And don't do that.
So what did you say?
I was in manager mode.
Rep.
Which means that you kind of have to be a little political, which means that you have to calm this person down, because at the end of the day, I still need 3 people right now
yeah.
to work
Yeah.
and figure all this out. So I was like, I need to just quickly make her feel appeased, tell her that that is not the right choice. I was
Good.
like, look, fighting is only going to get you in trouble. It's against the law.
I can't believe I didn't know this, and y'all never told me.
She's like, yeah,
I
you're
would have
right.
loved to
I
have
was
that
like-
conversation.
It's not okay, and you're better than that. Like, you're a
Good.
bigger person. Like, at the end of the day, you're gonna walk away from this. It was a bad day at work, but just take a shower. It comes off at the end of the day.
Right.
And she was like, okay. And so, I'm sealing the deal with a hug.
Yeah. Oh, you hugged her.
I hugged her because I thought that it would,
Connect her to someone.
connect her to someone, that I have her back.
Yeah.
And that I'm, and obviously I have employee A's back
Yeah.
very much in this situation.
course.
But I'm trying to juggle 2 different
Yeah.
things right now. Well, here's the thing. both employee A and employee B are in the store at the same time. So we're in the back room, and employee A comes to the back room
During the conversation? Yeah, that's my girl. She if y'all are going to be talking about me, I'm going to be here.
I don't think that she thought that they were going to be talking about her. I think that she was just going to the back to grab something.
Okay.
Because it is very, very busy in the store. Like right now is not the time to be having this conversation.
Right.
But I'm trying to get this done very, very quickly.
Yeah.
So I'm like saying what needs to be said, kind of. I don't know.
So what happened?
Employee A sees me hugging.
Oh my God.
She's like,
oh hell no.
She's like, so you're on that side.
God.
And I was like, I'm in a really.
It meant nothing.
I was like, I love you.
It's not what it looks like.
Yeah. I was like, I'm in a really weird position where I just need to
I can't. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So I was like, ooh.
So then what happened?
I felt awkward about it. And so then we all go back out to working and getting everything done. Obviously, tension is still high between A and B. So they're still kind of like
not talking,
right. But getting their things done. So I'm like, okay. Whew, everybody's like working and getting their stuff done. I separated employee A, employee B, one to do lives and one to do the floor.
Yeah.
So that way they would be separated
Yeah.
and able to kind of like work on separate tasks and just, be separated and stuff like that. But yeah, the rest of the day ran.
So you never went back and talked to...
No, I didn't talk to employee A.
Okay, I was going to be like...
she came back and asked me like, hey man.
What's up?
I walked in on a hug.
Seems like you're cheating on me.
And I was like, ugh, I feel bad because it is political. So I'm like, I have to do these things. I'm a manager at that time. Like, I wasn't like a full manager at that time.
You're
it was
a
kind of I was a manager, but it was very off and on.
Yeah.
It was like
off and on managementship.
Yeah. Or maybe that was like my mentality. It's like days where I was a manager, I had to kind of put that hat on, and other days you can just be like regular grunt work, put that hat on.
That's not true.
I feel like though sometimes it's nice to have like regular grunt days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like
you're not
the one that has to be. Because it is difficult to manage. You're not just
People.
managing people's time. You're managing also personalities and their dislikes and likes.
That's why I gave it to y'all. Okay. Anyway, so what did she say?
She was like, I can't believe you hugged her. That's what she was upset about. And I was like... So I told her what she had said. I was like, I'm
only laughing just so everyone knows Jen is not a hugger. So
I know.
It must have been the most awkward, hug. And that's
like
what
everybody's like a lot shorter than me. So it was like,
and she's still mad. Yeah. And I don't think she was that much of a, come here and give me a hug like we all
she
are.
wasn't very like me and her also clashed. So it was.
I think a lot of people.
So it was.
Anyway.
That was difficult. But yeah, I told her, I was like, look, she was saying that she was going to attack you. And I thought, I don't want you to get attacked. I need you. She was like, if she was going to attack me, she should have just attacked me.
I know, she would have fought back.
Yeah.
And that would have not been good for
won.
us. Yeah. Laura, how do I not know about this? How did you not tell me about this? I would have brought that B in right away and talked about how this is not how we run here.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't say anything.
The days of it was crazy, and that was there. So it must have been the one day off I was not there.
I'm pretty sure I just kind of blacked it out.
Because I really don't know this story.
I took that day off, and I was like, it's over.
Yeah.
You can walk away from
But
all
I'm
of
surprised
this.
I never heard about it either from A. But I didn't. Yeah. I never heard about this. So you did a good job. So she felt like...
I was resolved.
Okay,
yeah,
so she didn't feel like you
she knew that I had her back.
Okay,
like,
good.
We were very close. And like, I would still, I still love her to this day. Like,
I'm going to call her today. I'm calling her today, actually.
One of the best
Makes
people
me
I ever
remind me to check in on her.
She knew that I was just trying to that I had a
Mediate,
difficult
yeah.
spot and I have to mediate.
I'm telling you, that's crazy. So that's a great story. Even I am hearing for the first time, and it does make me. I'm gonna reach out to Employee A today. I miss her. I see her on Facebook, but I want to call her. Actually, Employee B follows me too. I see her. I don't let go of anybody unless they let go of me.
Oh no!
But okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. We're gonna try to wrap it up just because we're at like 35 minutes, because we're gonna next Wednesday. I'm going, which is the next. Are going to do part 2, because this is not even all of the stories that are so good. So we're gonna do part 2, and we'll air it at some point after this. So we might put in Lauren and Brooke in between just to keep you guys on there. Yeah. But we're gonna do a part 2 with these other funny stories. Let me know what you think. If you like the stories behind the scenes are the best stories with the stat, like things I don't know with the people. It's so funny. Yeah. It's such a fun job in terms of that stuff. And we have 13 years worth. The one I'm going to share on the next one goes back to year 1, and I'm still traumatized. As you can tell, it's I'm going to share it on the next story. So, on the next podcast. So, thank you guys for listening. Jen, thanks for being here, honestly. You've done everything with me. So, we have done so much stuff together. So, we love you guys. Like and share, subscribe, all that stuff. Follow our pages, and give us show ideas if there's anything you wanna us to do. So Things in My Head podcast on Instagram, you can DM there. The links are there.
Our Gmail is thingsinmyheadpodcast@gmail.com.
Perfect. So, thanks guys. See you soon. Bye.